my god! Hello? I can't believe I'm here. Hello. I'm sorry if that's very loud for you. I'm just very excited. It's been so long. It's been like 89 years, right? No, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Welcome to coping together. Woo! Oh my gosh. I know this is supposed to be like chill and like calming, but like again, this is the first time I've come back in so long and I'm so excited. I even have my folder, my toolkit. I even have my toolkit. It's amazing. I'm so excited. Okay. I just can't help how excited I am. I love you all if you are here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited. Like, I was very anxious and like very nervous. I didn't want to do this at first. It's taken me this long just to get in front of the camera. So it's, if you know that my poll came out about like what topic to talk about for the upcoming coping together, revamping adventure for coping together and me. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, so it's been a little while since I put that poll out, but I'm back. I'm here. I'm stoked. We are again revamping slowly because it's me, so patience please. Because it's me. It takes me forever to do anything. Like, I still haven't even sent out thank you notes to the people who did everything and anything for our wedding last year. So if you're watching this and you were there, please know I am so sorry. I get so embarrassed about how long it takes me to do things, but we're not going to talk about that today. I just want y'all to know that I have them. I have them. They're here. My mom and I bought them from Target and everything. I've got the stamps. I mean, they're here. But for some reason, I haven't done them yet. And you know what? Just know that I have thought about it, and I promise to you, one day you'll get them. One day, 1 year, 1 century, maybe. But I just am very excited again. Thank you so much if you've been following along, if you've been keeping up. Again, I keep using the word revamp. It's just, I finally am starting to get things and do things better and be better at this. Editing and being in front of the camera, and I just feel much more well equipped now. Because I was doing this from my phone, which is fine because, as Ava said on one of our episodes, I believe it was the second episode, Ava said, we're just doing what we can with what we got. So, I think, also shout out Ava, miss you so much. Oh my God. I hope you are doing amazingly. And know that I do love you and hope that you are well. And to everyone, we've moved, so much has gone on. We moved, we got married, we started a new year, like, I started a new job, I am just, whoo! So, it's been almost a year since I started that job, and I am just happy to say I am much better and much happier and very thankful to be where I am today. To be able to even just sit here in front of you guys like I used to, like the good old days. But this time, they're going to be the better days. And I'm very happy about it. I love my life right now. And I just genuinely am thankful. And I am so thankful for everybody else too. Everyone that has stayed in contact with me, everyone who has tried to stay in contact with me, and I apologize if I haven't reached back out. I am the world's worst enemy when it comes to reaching back out and talking to folks. And I'm so sorry. Like, I don't really truly know what it is about it. Maybe that's one thing we can try to figure out one of these days down the road. But today, on this beautiful March 12th, we are going to be talking about, I guess we'll get down to the nitty-gritty, right? Self-therapy. Thank you to everyone who voted in my poll, whether it was on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone who just saw it and was like, oh, hey, she's doing that thing. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I am, now my brain's lost, because we know how these videos go. I try to do a more like livey vibe and try not to do like edited as much as possible. I mean, unless just something happens, right? Like say there's like a fire or whatever, and you know, I need to stop recording, and then I go back and I need to like edit out my freaking out and all the curse words, you know, just stuff. But I try to make this as chill as possible. Just trying to live life, be here for myself, be here for you all. Ugh. It's so nice to just be sitting here in front of you talking about this again. That being said, this is a version of self-therapy for myself. So, you may be asking, what is self-therapy, right? Oh my gosh, I just completely negated my whole, like, rituals, like, my outline for this. I just jumped right on in. I said, let's do this. Clearly, this is very unscripted. At least you know. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I think I've kind of checked in with you guys. If you want to take a moment to check in with yourself, absolutely do that. And to check in, we're going to take we're going to ask ourselves how we are. We're going to be honest about it, because if there is one person in your life that you need to be honest with, it's yourself. I truly, fully believe that at this point in time in my life. And I do not and try not to lie. It's something that I will admit I did. I really did. I did it for, probably about a decade. It's kind of embarrassing. But, I didn't really know who I was, what I was doing, what was going on in my head, what was going on with me. So the easiest thing was for me to just lie. And I did it. Thankfully, I do not do that any longer. I am very thankful for that. Again, thankful that I do not do that. And again, it starts with being honest with the people that you're closest with and being honest with yourself. That's really how I was able to get out of that just detrimental habit. For me at the time, I mean, it seemed beneficial, but clearly it was very detrimental. Not just to me, but to the other people that I was, lying to. Nonetheless, we're going to take a breath. Check in. Be honest. I, right here in this moment, am thankful. I am proud. I am elated. I'm excited. And I really hope that I can get through this without making a fool of myself. So, we'll see. Anyway. But yes, it's very, very, very hard to check in with yourself. And I know that sometimes. But if you are in a place where you do feel safe enough to do so, go ahead and do that. Just ask yourself how you are. The smallest questions, nothing pressing, how do I feel physically? What do you feel on the inside? Are you breathing heavily? Are you not? Are you hungry? Right? Does your butt hurt from sitting on it? You know, because you're sitting in a chair, like mine kind of does right now, right? Just ask yourself how you are. You can be physically asking yourself how you are. You can emotionally ask yourself how you are. Whichever is best for you. You could do both. But it's nice to always just kind of check in with yourself before I like to check in with myself before I commit to really like doing anything like homework, right? Ugh. I have to check in with myself before I do homework so that I know how I'm going to be throughout the process of doing my homework, right? Am I going to be spacey or am I going to be focused because I feel lighter, or do I feel down and I'm going to be like really spacey and I'm not going to like have an attention span, right? Because I don't want to be doing what I'm doing in the first place. So that way, once you check in, you can change your environment to your best ability, if it's possible for you to change your environment, right? By aromatherapy. I love fruity scents. I'm not that person that likes the holistic medicinal smells, like frankincense and the one that anyway, you know what I'm talking about, like essential oils and stuff, right? I like a lavendery, but it has to be like fruity too. I don't know what it is. That's just how I am. So when I know that I need something for myself, I need to maybe try to find a way to focus, right? Like right now, kind of. It's a little hard because I'm very excited. So my brain is like bouncing back and forth. So how do I focus, right? I'm taking the time to sit here and watch myself do this so that way I can see how am I reacting to what I'm saying? Am I like, ooh, 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 right? This is my visual way of checking in. I also do this in the morning when I'm in the mirror, right? I can see myself, so I check in. I say, how do I feel physically? How do I feel mentally? And this is a really, 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 really good way, I believe, and I hope that you can try to do by checking in with yourself. I believe this is a really great way to start self-therapy. Okay, you may be asking yourself, you've probably heard it, right? What is self-therapy? What are these people talking about? Truthfully, it's just you acting as your own therapist in that way, right? Like that's really what it is you are acting as your own therapist. Say if you don't have your session until like 2 weeks from now, or maybe you really need it in that moment. Like you're kind of like me. You're like frantic and like, what do I do? Breathe. Check in, right? Self-therapy is it's daunting. It's so scary because it's like I went to therapy for decades and I was asking somebody else how to do exactly what I needed and they were there for me, right? So take that and try to turn it inward. How do you do that for yourself? Holy shit, that's a big question. That is scary. Scary because I clearly don't have the answers, so I'm going to somebody else, right? Well, you have them as that support. The therapist for me, my therapists were there for me to help me learn all of the things I didn't know, right? Always had an issue with emotions. Nothing wrong with that, okay? I was given, and my very first therapist I ever had, he allowed me to learn what emotions were. I was so very excited about that because yes, I know, you hear people are happy, people are sad, people are jealous, people are, angry, and okay, we feel those very basic things, but sometimes that's just not it, right? That's just not all that you feel. So it's almost like you're getting an overview, but I have to know why. Why do I feel angry, right? Why do I feel angry but sad, but also like kind of proud at the same time? Like, Emotions are friggin' weird. Okay? But I have something great for that. I actually just had a wonderful experience with Tara Schuster. If you know me, you know that I love her. She's one of my favorite authors of all time. She has helped me so much. Truthfully, honestly, she's helped me too. And that's what I believe self-therapy really is about taking what you've learned in your own therapy sessions and then finding a way to apply it, right? Like, we get the practice, they give us homework and things like that, but what happens when you no longer see your therapist? How do you begin to do that for yourself, right? That is what I feel like I need to talk about today, because that's what self-therapy is to me, right? It includes having therapy sessions with myself. It includes checking in with myself. That includes meditating. That includes finding the resources that I know I need to get through what I'm going through. And as always, Tara Schuster came through at the exact moment that I needed her. And I didn't even know it, right? She is the author of, I have another copy here. Buy Yourself the Effin' Lilies. Okay? This is her book that I fell in love with. This is actually the copy for Amanda. Here you go. Surprise! Here's your new gift to go with your other gift I got you. Glow in the effing dark. This is the sequel, the second part of the journey, right? So this book I kept seeing over and over and over and over again. And I was like, one day I saw it and I was like, you know what? Buy yourself the fucking book. Okay? Get it? Buy yourself the fucking lilies. Buy yourself the fucking book. Okay? Do it. It clearly is standing out to you because you absolutely love the colors. You love anything floral. And you love anything that has curse words in it. Because you know it's probably going to be very honest and very up your alley. So this is why I got this book. Because it spoke to me in such a way that I didn't know I needed until after I got through it. It was the foundation of me really just getting my shit together, getting my life together because of this fucking book. And it is absolutely amazing. That being said, if you know, based off my social media, you've seen, sorry, it's coffee time. Trust me, I've not changed at all. I'm just, the better Ashley. You got my coffee, I've got my food here, even food. Now, food, right? Oh, sorry, microphone. Also, don't judge me. I know you guys judged me on how much granola you saw in that bowl, but don't. Please don't judge me. It's what gets me through. But this book, I got me, myself, and hundreds of other amazing human beings were given the opportunity to read this book early. And you've seen me posting about it on social media if you follow me and all that stuff. Holy shit, did not know that I needed another step. I didn't know that I needed more from my personal growth journey until now. Oh, it's like that thing that it's in there. It's like when you have something on the tip of your tongue, right? You know it's there, you know what it is, but you can't quite get it, right? This was the answer to that question, that bit right there. This was the answer. Just like this was the answer to the first one that I had. The first question of how the fork do I do this? How do I change everything about me to become a better person, right? These books helped. This is my self-therapy. This is my version of that. Okay, so everyone is going to have their own version of that, right? And that's how it should be, Every single one of us is completely different. We all have the same tendencies because we're human beings and we all kind of do things. Sometimes we all sound the same, think the same, whatever. But we're still our own freaking people. Okay? So this is just your opportunity to see what I do. I'm just sharing my rituals and my journey through this and what helped with me, so that maybe there's somebody out there that could help too. You may not even want to read that freaking book. You're like, oh, there's curse words in it. I'm not doing that. That's absolutely fine. And that's so cool. That's great. Maybe it'll at least inspire you to try to find your own version of that. Because that's really all I want is to you just take this and turn it into your own. Because we're all our own people. And that being said, since I just did that whole thing where I go everywhere with what I'm saying, I love you all. And so that is my self-therapy, right? Again, self-therapy is basically you do it yourself, but you have your assistant who could be a therapist. It could be online, it doesn't matter. You could go in for sessions. It could be online, whatever, right? They are really your guide, okay? But you are the one who's in charge of the journey, okay? They're like you're the captain, right? But they're your navigator, okay? And so are all of these other pieces to you and your self-therapy. So checking in, reading books, journaling, meditating. Those are all the little bits that fit into the grand scheme of what's best for you, right? And so why even do this? Ashley, what are you even saying all this and rambling all this stuff about? Why are you even talking to me about this stuff? Well, because I, again, want you to know that it's okay to feel like you're missing something, to feel like there's just something, what is it, right? That you're like so close to being this person that you want to be and that you've imagined being over and over and over again. How do you do it? How do you get there? For me, it was self-therapy. It was putting this into my own hands, holding myself accountable for all of the things that I still didn't hold myself accountable for, even when I was doing not live sessions, but sessions with a therapist, like in person and everything. That is why I am talking to you about this today. Because it allows you to work through your emotional and physical problems, or not problems, may not be the word that you prefer. But whatever is easiest for you to accept, right? You've got emotional and physiological, yeah, sure, whichever, concerns. Or for me, problems, it's become a puzzle. I call them problems now. I called them issues before. And now they are problems to me because they're a puzzle. I thank my husband for that. He loves puzzles. And I now look at problems as puzzles. That includes my mental health and my physical health. It's a problem. I still have a problem and issues with going to the gym or meditating or journaling or just doing these self-therapy things, right? But it all takes time, practice. I mean, you've got people who've meditated and done yoga for years and years and years and years. And that's why they're so good at it. And they probably don't judge themselves either. When I judge myself every freaking day, I'm judging myself right now. I'm judging myself about how I really want to eat this yogurt in front of you guys, but I also don't want to be disgusting. I'm judging myself about, is this the conversation that I should be having? Am I on track? everything. I judge myself for everything. But not doing so comes with practice. Practice. You gotta do it. That's the thing that I have always said, right? About to me, and maybe to you if you've heard me say it. It's just, you just gotta shut the F up and do it. I know that sounds so harsh. It's like making my heartbeat rate race right now. But it's true. For someone who's got such I don't even know how to describe it anymore. Like, it is such a difficult thing for me to just do something. But I'm never gonna do it if it's not done. So you have to figure out how to do them. I don't do them all at once. I do them bit by bit by bit by bit, because that's what works for me. So, if you think self-therapy is going to work for you, one step at a time, right? And there are, again, like I've said, many ways to practice self-therapy by going to therapy. That is self-therapy, is holding yourself accountable to go to your sessions, right? There are plenty of times I didn't want to go. I'd call in and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm sick, right? But I just didn't want to be there, okay? Be that. Do that. When I say be that, I mean, you know that you want to be better. You feel it in your everything. Your entire body, it like spews from mine. Like, I am like radiating this kind of energy. I have this person that I imagine myself being, and the only way I'm gonna get there is to fucking be her. Which is why I'm sitting here in front of this video, or this laptop, doing this video for you guys right now. Because she would do it. You know what I mean? They would do it. It doesn't matter what it is. Take the dishes out of the dishwasher, right? They would do it. That version of me would do it. That version of me would eat this yogurt in front of y'all as you judge me for eating so much granola. I'm hungry. So if you have a snack, ew. If you have a snack, if you don't have a snack, go grab one. If you have food, please just grab whatever you can to just take a bite. Just one bite. It doesn't have to be a gigantic bite. It can be just literally one piece of granola. It can be one raisin. Anything to make yourself feel better. This, for me, is self-therapy. My past with anorexia. And here I am. Eating out of this big bowl in front of you all. Like I don't care. But I do care. But, you know, I'm still doing it. I am still doing it. I love y'all. That was exactly what I needed. See? Break down how you feel mentally and physically. Mentally, I am... How do I help myself with that? Check in physically. I'm hungry. Maybe I should eat to kind of fill my body to hopefully soak in some of that, right? And to give me the energy to focus, right? So, I really do love this. It's like just kind of having a conversation. And I like know it's a little weird, but I'm really have missed this. But other than just going to therapy, right? There are the types of therapy that you can do to help you even more. Okay, you've got CBT, which is your standard, right? Blurb. My brain just was like, what's CBT? Oh my goodness. I forgot what the C means. Cognitive behavioral therapy. La. Maybe I need some more granola. But it's cognitive behavioral therapy. I don't want to simplify it, but CBT simplified is you go in, you talk to somebody, but you're really there to talk to yourself, right? They're just that guide. They're your tour guide, okay? You're starting your journey. You've got your tour guide. And here we go, okay? You spill all your beans to your tour guide. They give you love, empathy, let you know you're supported, let you know that you're cared for, let you know that you're heard. Then you work on different things, right? Mine, meditation. Mine, emotions, right? Breaking down every aspect of what doesn't make sense in this world to me. That's how I saw CBT, was a way to ask somebody, tell somebody, this is what's going on in my head, and then ask them, what do I do? And they lovingly share. Hopefully, they will lovingly share how to do that. So we've got CBT. If you don't know much about it, I will link plenty of resources for you guys down below, so that way you have that information. Then we also have rational emotive behavior therapy, or REBT. Okay. Then there's also internal family systems, IFS. I will explain these. Psych Today and Positive Psych have tips to create and find the ways that work best for you, right? Each individual, whether it's CBT, REBT, or if it's IFS, or if it's just, taking a walk. It could be as simple as that. Self-therapy seems so daunting because therapy is daunting. It can be treacherous, like to have to sit there and delve into somebody you don't want to be with, meaning yourself, from your past or whatever, or even acknowledging that things have happened to you in the past by other people, right? We don't want to go back to that, but you kind of have to, and you kind of have to find a way to do that, which that is why I believe sessions of CBT, REBT, and IFS could be very helpful, because again, you've got that tour guide, and then from there you can take your learnings, take what you've done, find what works for you, and apply that to your own self, to your own daily routine. Okay? That's the hardest part, is holding yourself accountable. That's why you find different ways to do it. So again, focus on identifying and studying your problems, concerns, negativities, whichever word is best for you. Focus on emotional and irrational beliefs, okay? That being your inner B word, okay? I know personally that I can be a B word, but the inside me is way bigger of a B word than I am in real life. And so it's very eye-opening when you realize that. It was very, very, it was good for me to know that, because then I knew, like, whoa, what if I actually said that to somebody out loud? Like somebody else, not myself, but somebody else. What? It's crazy. So it gives you this awareness, right? Which, again, I struggle with constantly. Still to this day. I will constantly be on my journey of self-therapy and self-work and self-worth, personal growth, all of it. So, let's see. Now, again, I'm going to go back over the types of therapy that I just spoke about. So we've got CBT, which focuses on the now, okay? It emphasizes on learning to be your own therapist. Role playing and by facing your fears, okay? These are things I did when I was in therapy, when I did CBT, right? These are all things I did. I would role play with somebody else next to me, right? Like I would have somebody imagining that somebody that I needed to talk to was next to me, right? And I would role play that scenario. Also faced my fears. Well, I wouldn't say fears. My things aren't fears. They're facing my own emotions that I don't like. That's where that comes in for me. So, anxiety. I'm a very anxious person, but I don't like feeling anxious. And it's like, what? So, how do you deal with that? Thanks to my last therapist. No. One before that? Oh, Lord. I can't remember what the order they come in. Either way, she had me put myself into anxious situations. I hate driving. It makes me very anxious and angry. So I apologize now to anyone I've ever terribly offended in traffic or just upset in traffic or whatever. I'm sorry to all of you. I really am. And to the future humans that will have to endure that. But it helped me now, all these years later, I am driving down a very, very busy highway. Multiple, because I go from one to another, right? To get to work. So that means I'm doing this. I'm driving for at least 30, 35, 45 minutes, depending on traffic. It's so much better now. I'll be like, oh, this person's an idiot, instead of like, beep, 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 you beep, 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 can't believe you can't drive, you beep, 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 right? No, yeah, I'm just like, man, you suck. And so I do still get very anxious, very frustrated. I still curse and want to drive really fast because I don't want to be around other people, but I'm responding to it differently. And that is the best thing I could have asked for. I'm responding to it in a less hectic, anxious, angry way. And more of a just like a joke. Because that's how I have to do it. I have to turn things into humor, right? But also with CBT, you understand behavior and motivations of others. That was something else I needed to. Was like, why is this person doing what they're doing, right? That's something that I can't control other people. As much as I have tried in the past, and if I have, and that was toxic for you, I really do apologize. I was not the best person a long time ago. And I am sorry that if you were ever on the other side of that, know that I really genuinely do apologize. And I constantly think about it all the time. So I'm sorry. And so not only was I learning about the behaviors of others, but I was learning about the behaviors of myself. Why am I doing this? Why do I make everything into a joke? Why do I get angry when I'm driving, right? That's what CBT is. And then it's also really great for calming the mind. Again, I learned about meditation, right? And you get this, sometimes you can develop a greater sense of confidence out of it. And I agree with that because I here right now have a greater confidence in myself than I did before. And I do thank therapy for that because it's helped me like understand and break down everything that I could imagine. And that's all I needed. So if that's something that you think you need, I suggest that. But there's also IFS. So this is Dr. Richard Schwartz. He is the founder. I learned about Dr. Schwartz from Tara's new book, the Glow in the Effing Dark. She mentions him actually in this book. So I was very thankful that that was in there because, again, it was something I didn't know existed, and I'm very thankful for that now because it's about more understanding and finding your state of self, right? We have multiple parts within ourselves. That's what IFS focuses on. Which, another thing, my brain has always worked that way. I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of feel like there are so many different versions of me, right? And that really is what I've identified and gathered from it, is that within ourselves, we've got multiple parts, right? We're finding the state of self. I am on a journey of how do I become that ideal version of me? How do I become Ashley Christine? The amazing Ashley Christine, right? And not shit show Ashley Christine, right? Hop onto the SS Ashley. No, it's not a shit show anymore, right? So talk therapy to identify the essence of who you are. What are your values? What can you break down about yourself that is important to you? That's what I gather from IFS, and I'm very, very excited to learn more about it, and I am going to most likely have a video that like pertains to that and like delves more into it because it's awesome. And they do on the website for it, which I'll have linked below, they do have training programs. So if maybe that's better for you, to turn it into, I'm training myself to learn how to do this, right? And I love that. I like to learn new things. So I'm going to train myself. How do I learn to be the best this? How do I learn to be the best me? Right? Breaking it down. Figuring out what's important to me. Figuring out what I need to feel sufficient in this world. Not just because of other people. No, because of myself and my family, right? Because I need to be there for them. Okay? That's my choice. I choose to be there for them because I love them. And that's just a value of mine. So I think IFS is very, very interesting and very, very cool because I always thought I was insane. Absolutely mad and crazy for thinking like there's no way it's just one person in here. There's no way there's just one of me in here. So, which is good for me because I know who to tap into and what version of myself to access in the right moments. Like right now, in this moment, right? Who am I? I had to figure out partway through this video, we're almost an hour in. Oh God. And I am just now finding that person, right? That version. So I'm very excited to continue on this journey and learn more, and I will share later. Next we have REBT. Again, that is, let me remind ourselves, rational emotional behavior, rational emotive behavior therapy. Okay. That one's a tough one to say. This helps notice self-defeating thoughts and feelings. Okay. This kind of therapy helps you zone in. Why is my inner self being such a bitch? What the fork is happening, right? And you start to challenge your irrational or unproductive feelings and thoughts. And then you start to replace them with healthier beliefs and basically reframing, right? That has been a huge thing for me, is reframing, because I don't know where along the way, I truly don't. I've delved, I've thought, I've spent so many hours thinking about why my brain did that. And truthfully, I still don't know. And that's okay. Maybe one day I will. But I'm also content with the fact that I may never know why my brain started doing that, right? Why did I start telling myself I was horrible, that I was a selfish monster, right? That I didn't care about anybody else but myself. Why would I start telling myself these things, knowing that it was such a huge value of mine to not be selfish and to share my love and what I have in me, which the past me and the thought that I just had was, if there's that much in there, there's tons. I'm a very energetic, very kind of person. So there's tons in there. Okay. That is reframing. That is getting to the truth, telling yourself the truth, not what how do I explain this the right way? I had the thought and then my brain just went, you're reframing, you're challenging your irrational, unproductive thoughts, right? The detrimental thoughts. It's figuring out, is it beneficial or is it detrimental? This is something I say to myself every single day. I am driving in traffic. I am about to curse someone out, and I go, but wait. Is this something that's detrimental or beneficial to me right here, right now, in this moment? That is my version of REBT. That's what I've been experienced in with that. But also, Albert Ellis, by the way, I forgot to mention Albert Ellis. He devised REBT for those who needed to reframe and find new truths, find the actual truth, not the truth that you think is true, but the actual raw truth. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Is looking inward and say, I do this all the time. I say a thought and then my brain instantly combats it. And then I say, okay, that was my combative thought. Was that detrimental or beneficial? If it was beneficial, then sure, fine, cool, awesome, you did it. If it was detrimental, we find a way to make it beneficial. Or we just stop it altogether. That's what I've had to do. And that's, again, my experience with REBT. Another thing that I really love that came out of Tara's new book is the emotion wheel. You can't see it from here. I'm going to make it like amazing. Hopefully for the next one. So that way we can use it during our check-ins. But I am going to just give you a real quick close-up. This is an emotion wheel. Okay. This is something that has helped me time and time and time again, especially because I get to work very early and I still haven't figured out who I am that day, what version of myself is going to come through, and how do I handle it. By the time I get to work, I still don't know. So I do leave a copy of this emotion wheel at work as well. I've got one here in my toolkit, and I've got one here. Okay, it says, what am I feeling on the inside? And then it has very, very broad, ambiguous emotions next to that. Each circle gives a more in-depth version or versions of that type of emotion. Okay, so you've got right now, what am I feeling? How do I feel? Let's see. I'm feeling joy, right? So I feel joy here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at that. Okay, so we feel joy. And then we're going to come to this part. Rows, columns, I don't know. Blocks. And then I figure out which one is it. Am I feeling myself, right? Am I content? Do I feel powerful? Do I feel playful? Like, what is that? Feeling all of it? Not gonna lie, I'm just feeling joyous, right? But then you can go one step further, okay? You can figure out, are you feeling, okay, so say I feel playful, right? No, I don't. Let's do feeling myself, okay? Do I feel important? Do I feel respected? What is it that makes me feel myself, which in turn allows me to feel joy, right? But as someone mentioned in our lovely glow getter, that was the time of my life. Oh, it was so fun. Tara allowed a few hundred of us, I think, amazing human beings to get early access to her book. And we're the glow getters. It's amazing. We had meetings. I sat on a Zoom meeting with Tara Schuster. Multiple of them. Like 4 or 5. It was so great. Anyway, but someone on there, it was amazing, and I can't remember their name, and I do apologize for that. But Tara was like, yeah, you work from the inside to the out. That person said, sometimes I work from the outside in. Ah! It was mind-blowing. Sometimes I work from the outside in. Oh my God. It makes perfect sense. Because sometimes my husband asks me, did you have a good day? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess so. Right? That's our thing, is that if nothing bad happened, then I had a good day. Which I love. I love that so fucking much. It's so helpful. But then I say, okay, so nothing bad happened. But was it a good day? And so I think back to how I felt in those moments. And if I see more of the positive, like joyous, or I would say surprised is kind of in there too. Or did I feel more negative things? Like, was I sad? Was I angry? You know? Was I feeling grief? Right? All of those. And so that helps me do the emotion wheel. Him saying, did anything bad happen today? And me saying no, then in turn turns the emotion wheel in my brain and is like, oh yeah, so nothing bad happened. And I wasn't angry. I didn't cry. I wasn't sad. So yeah, I had a good day. Right? It's really great. I love it. It's been so helpful. I'm so thankful for it. Because, anxiety and depression are go-tos. And for me, it was always, how do you feel? Anxious. How are you feeling today? Depressed. Right? That worked for a while. But then with that came the physical aspects of feeling those things every single day. By explaining and saying that I felt anxious and depressed all the time. I did. So having this has been able to allow me to sit down and say, okay, which is something I worked on in therapy before with one of my amazing therapists. They say, are you depressed or are you exhausted? Because when I'm depressed, I get really down and tired and cranky, and I don't want to do anything. I want to lay down all day in bed. But I also do that when I'm exhausted. And it goes back to the question my husband asked. Did anything bad happen today? So if I can go back to those moments in time when I felt depressed and look at it and say, okay, was I actually depressed or was I just exhausted from everything going on, like from working and having to deal with the constant bullshit that I dealt with? Because sometimes when I was dealing with the shit that I dealt with, I wasn't necessarily depressed. I was just tired. And that's the thing, is with anxiety. Am I anxious? Or do I just have a lot of energy? Do I need to go take a walk? Do I need to talk to somebody about it? Do I need to listen to some music? To whatever. Get it out. Or do I need to go kickboxing because I'm actually angry, but I feel really riled up, you know? It's one of those things. And I really love it. And it's been super helpful. And I do suggest that if you can get it, please, please, please purchase glow in the dark and buy the lilies. Buy yourself the lilies. We'll just scratch the curse words right now. And really try for it. Like, really do. I think it again, I'm just going to reiterate over and over again. It's just about gathering what works for you. Right? I've said multiple times, for me, it's talk therapy. For myself, I will. If I don't even want to talk to myself more than a minute, I don't push myself to talk to myself. I talk to myself when I know I can, and for however long I know I can. And sometimes I do, like, if I know that I'm going to need it that week, I will try to schedule my own, like, self-therapy, like, for me to, like, come and sit in this area with, like, the door closed, and I can turn the light out, and just kind of, or not turn the light out, and just sit with myself, and just, again, stare at my emotion wheel, and figure out how I felt all week. It's about the rituals. It's about the routine. It's about finding the smallest thing that you can incorporate into your life. Spraying a spray, right? In the morning. I get very anxious in the mornings. I don't like being up. I don't like having to get up and ready and go to work and do that stuff. I want to stay in and sleep in. But I don't. I get up. I'm anxious. Okay, I'll use the restroom while I'm in there. I'm going to spurt some of my fruity stuff, some fruity spray that I have. And it does. It's like I can literally breathe in the calm. It's great. It really is. And all of this stuff has taught me new ways to cope, new ways to check in, and to understand my feelings and to understand my behaviors, which was so life-changing, to understand why I act the way I act. Even now, it's still very important to me to understand, okay, so why did I decide that I wanted to roll my eyes and get super mad at the person who was just going down the frickin' the parking lot in the Walmart parking lot? Like, you know what I mean? The little aisles. Like, why? People are just people. They're just doing what they're doing. I'm just doing what I'm doing, you know? So, this, again, so, like, other ways, again, not just with interactions with others, but also with myself, right? Why do I feel anxious about going home? What is it about walking through the door of my own home that is making me anxious? And, you know, Sometimes it's as simple as I don't wanna. And that might sound ridiculous, but sometimes I just don't want to get out of the car. I don't want to go in. Sometimes I just want to be a bump on a log who sits in their car and does nothing. Oof. Instead of going in, speaking to her father, taking her stuff off, taking everything out of her lunch bag, taking the dogs out, all the things I enjoy doing on a regular basis. Why do I not want to do them right now? And at one point, I never wanted to go home due to the environment that I was in before. And so I never wanted to, I didn't want to go in back then. I didn't want to be around what I was around. And now that is why I slowly am getting comfortable in my home. Slowly, right? It takes a while. It takes me huffing and puffing my way from the car to the door like, I don't want to do it. I just got to get it out, get the rant out. Bleh. And then I walk through the door, walk through the threshold. It's a new world, right? The environment that I live in now is so much healthier, so much better. And so I remind myself and I breathe it in and I feel thankful for it. And I am just, it's great. It really is. So it's so nice to finally be in this place. And if you're struggling with that as well, I really, really, really wish and hope and that you find a way to give yourself what you need through that. I do. I really do. And I think that's it. We did it. We did it. And we did not go on for 2 hours like I thought I was gonna. I really thought we were gonna go on for like 2 hours. But I'm very thankful that you stuck through this with me. Normally I don't try to edit, but if I do, please don't judge me. There could have just been something that happened, God knows. So, but I appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope and wish for every single person, every single one of you, I wish for safety from whatever you're going through. I do. And if you're not going through anything, that's okay. Our lives are not meant to be about struggle. They're not. It's just the society that we live in. It is. And having a safe haven, having a safe place is so important. Even if that's your bathroom in the home that you hate being in, or a closet in that home or that space that you hate being in. Even if it's just in your own head in that space, please, I ask of you, just this moment in time, to just find a safe place for yourself. You don't have to close your eyes. You don't have to be alone. Or you can be. Whatever is safe and best for you. And I just hope you all have a great fucking day, or wherever you are in your day right now. I think it's still morning time for me. But if you are here and it's nighttime or afternoon, I hope you enjoy the rest of whatever it is you're doing, and that you're safe, and that you have a kind and calm day. And I just love you all. I'm just feeling the emotion right now, and I'm just so thankful to be sitting here right now doing this again with my handy dandy toolkit. I love this thing. I am so glad it made it through the move. Unhinged. It's perfect. That's all I could have asked for. And so one of the last things we're going to do before we go is a meditation. Let's get to my outline here. Make sure we got everything. We usually do a journal, but I think I have not the space in my brain for that this time. So please don't judge me, but we will do it next time. I do still have it. My jar of journal prompts, as it's so dusty. Oh my god, it's in my yogurt now. I do still have it. You know what? We're here. We got it open. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay. Journal prompt, in case you want to do the journal prompt. Let's see. Ooh, it's a red one. Okay. I really don't remember what any of these have ever said. I haven't opened it since the last time I've done a video and we did a journal prompt. So let's hope this makes sense and is, I don't know, good. Yeah, so we'll pull a new one since we don't have last week's one, right? So this one says, just so you can see, how do you want to feel tomorrow? 3 things to do to ensure you feel that way. How amazing is this? This was perfect. It's upside down. This was perfect for our talk today. This is so on theme. Oh, and it's red. Everything just went so well today, and it's the 12th, and 12's my favorite number for no reason, and it's just nice. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. So we did our journal prompt. So if you would like to do that, again, it's how do you want to feel tomorrow? Right? The 3 things to do to ensure you feel that way. Ugh, I love this prompt. I'm going to do this prompt and I'm going to be ready for it next time. I'm so excited. And next. Other than talking to y'all, this is my favorite part. Meditation time. Yes, I'm still turning the lights off. Isn't it cute? Anyway, we're just going to do very, very simple grounding meditation that you can do literally anywhere. You can do it on the loo, you can do it on the subway, you can do it in your home, in the grass, in a meadow somewhere, on a swing. I don't know where this accent came from, so we're just going to go back to normal Ashley Christine talking. This has been so amazing. So I'm going to join in on this meditation with you guys because I am up to here. See, through the video. That's how high I am right now. Or up I am right now. Very easy. And I do need to come down because I gotta do homework after this. Anyway, very simple. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 1. Breathe out for 5. Easy, simple, perfect, beautiful, reviving. Oh, it's so rejuvenating to do this one. I love it. So that is, again, breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 1. Breathe out for 5 counts. Okay? I will do this with you. If you would like, close your eyes if you're safe. If you can, if you're comfortable, please do. If you are not, please do not. Take a moment. Take 1 breath. And just let it out, right? Feel your chair. Feel your feet on the ground if they are. Feel your butt on the chair if you're sitting in a chair. Feel your butt wherever you're sitting. If you're standing, feel your feet. Ground yourself. Push into the earth. Feel its rotation. Let it calm you. Let the ground take you. Take your anxieties, take your stressors. And with each breath out, we're going to give them to the ground. We're going to push them into the ground. Energy to the ground. Or through whatever you're sitting on. Okay? So we're going to go in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do a few with you. In. Out. Couple more. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Kind of bring yourself back to the room. If your eyes are closed, slowly open them as you go to bring yourself back. If your eyes are open already, just slowly pull your focus from what you may have been looking at before. Ah! I do feel better, but that was a burst of energy, eh? No, but I do feel a lot better. That was amazing. Our first meditation. Coming back to coping together. Last thing on the list is dance party. And final thoughts. Ooh, that pit stain is for real. Oh, sweet. The anxiety sweats. Perfect. Don't be ashamed of them. I'm not. Just gonna go put more deodorant on and move on with my life. So final thought. My final thought is that I just can't wait to do this again. I really genuinely just can't wait. I'm super excited, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you, by the way, for staying through this whole thing. I know my brain can be a jumble and a mess. If you'd like to see what my brain looks like, here is a sheet of paper that expresses what my brain looks like. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. And then there's this. Look at that. Just awful. Those are my notes. This is what my brain looks like. All right. Well, I don't think I have anything else. But if you guys have anything at all, please do not hesitate to reach out. Do not hesitate to comment, like, share. Keep it. I don't know. Keep this video for yourself if you need to come back to it over and over again. I'd appreciate that. just knowing that it's something that you think you need to help yourself. That would be amazing. I know I'm going to come back to it because, yeah, this is great. This was great. I do have one last thing to say. So I've got coping together episodes 2 and 3 on my Facebook. It's on the Love Loudly Productions Facebook page. It is not on YouTube. So I've got episode 1, and then we're going to jump to this on YouTube. But if you would like to see 2 and 3 or revisit them, they're on that Facebook page. I will link that below. Also, if you would like, here is my shout out board for the day. It is one of my besties for the resty. Miss Elizabeth, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. And if you would like to follow her, please do. Her voice is just, I was literally listening to her do a cover, I think anyway, she was singing on her TikTok, and I just, like, stopped. Like, I was doing it while I was writing her name, and I was just like, I am so obsessed with her voice. So, if you need somebody who's funny, gorgeous, amazing, a perfect example, I'm trying to find the right word to say, the perfect example of what my friends are like, please follow her, because she's just, I adore her, and I love her. Yeah, so please follow her, Miss Elizabeth. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be dance time. Here we go. I hope you guys have an amazing day, or wherever you are in this. I hope it's beautiful, because you are beautiful and you are lovely. And just remember, stay lovely. We are here for you. And stay lovely and love loudly for yourself. Not just for others, but for yourself. Please. Bye, y'all.